She couldn't understand why Zara was able to get pregnant so quickly while she had been trying for many years without success. After the fight, Musa noticed how sad Aisha seemed, and he wanted to make her feel better. So he came up with a special idea. He decided to open a small business for Aisha to sell rice at the market. He knew how much Aisha loved cooking and how good she was at it. Musa hoped that by giving Aisha something of her own, it would make her feel happier. When Musa told Aisha about his plan, her eyes lit up with joy. She couldn't believe that Musa was doing something so thoughtful just for her. Aisha, feeling grateful and loved. With Musa's help, Aisha set up her rice selling business at the market. She carefully prepared the rice and set up her store with pride. As she sold rice to the people at the market, Aisha felt a sense of accomplishment and happiness. She was doing something she loved, and it made her forget about her worries, even if just for a little while. Aisha was especially happy because the business was something that belonged to her alone. It was her own little world where she didn't have to worry about Zara or anyone else. She was grateful to Musa for giving this opportunity and making her feel special. Even though Aisha was happy about her rice selling business, she still couldn't shake off the feeling of jealousy that lingered in her heart. She watched as Musa continued to spend time with Zara, helping her and caring for her. Aisha couldn't help but wonder if Musa loved Zara more than her. Despite Musa's thoughtful gesture of opening the business for her, Aisha still feels like she was competing for Musa's attention and love. She felt a pang of jealousy every time she saw Musa and Zara together, laughing and talking like old friends. Aisha tried to push away these feelings, reminding herself of Musa's love for her. But no matter how hard she tried, the jealousy remained, gnawing at her happiness and filling her with sadness. Even as she sold rice at the market, Aisha couldn't shake off the feeling of being second best in Musa's heart. She longed for the reassurance that she was loved and cherished just as much as Zara. But deep down, Aisha couldn't help but doubt whether she would ever truly be enough for Musa. As Aisha grappled with her feelings of jealousy and insecurity, something unexpected happened. Zara started showing signs that she might be pregnant. She felt queasy in the morning and her clothes felt tighter around her belly. Musa noticed these changes too, and he took Zara to the hospital to confirm whether she was indeed expecting a baby. At the hospital, the doctor did some tests and smiled warmly at Musa and Zara. "Congratulations," the doctor said. "You're going to have a baby." Musa's eyes widened with joy and he hugged Zara tightly, feeling overjoyed at the news. Zara's face lit up with happiness and she looked at Musa with tears of joy in her eyes. Musa promised to take care of her and their unborn baby, his heart bursting with love and excitement. As they left the hospital, Aisha watched them from a distance, feeling a mix of emotions. She felt happy for Zara and Musa, but at the same time, she couldn't shake off the feeling of being left out once again. Deep down, Aisha wondered if she would ever have the chance to experience the same joy of having a child with Musa. As days went by and Zara's belly grew bigger with the baby, Aisha's jealousy grew stronger and stronger. Oh no. She couldn't understand why Zara was able to get pregnant so quickly while she had been trying for many years without success. Aisha's heart felt heavy with sadness and anger. She started treating Zara badly. Instead of being happy for Zara and Musa, Aisha would glare at Zara whenever she saw her. She would make mean comments and ignore Zara whenever she tried to talk to her. Aisha's jealousy consumed her, and she couldn't control the bitterness that filled her heart. Even when Musa tried to reassure Aisha that he loved her just as much as he loved Zara, Aisha couldn't shake off her feelings of inadequacy. She felt like she was failing as a wife because she couldn't give Musa the one thing he wanted most, a child of his own. Aisha's jealousy turned into resentment, and she couldn't stand the sight of Zara anymore. Every time she saw Zara's pregnant belly, it felt like a stab in her own heart. Aisha's sadness turned into anger, and she couldn't see past her own pain to understand Zara's joy. Despite Musa's attempts to make peace between them, Aisha's jealousy continued to poison their relationship. She couldn't bear the thoughts of Zara being happy while she was left feeling empty and alone. And so, Aisha's jealousy drove a wedge between her and the ones she loved, leaving her feeling more miserable than ever before. As Zara's belly grew bigger with the baby inside, she felt a happiness like she had never known before. She would talk to her unborn child, singing lullabies and imagining all the wonderful things they would do together once the baby arrived. Zara didn't know that Aisha was feeling so jealous and angry because Aisha kept her feeling hidden deep inside. While Zara dreamed about her future with her baby, Aisha's jealousy festered and grew stronger. She couldn't stand the thoughts of Zara being so happy while she remained childless. Aisha's heart filled with bitterness and resentment, and she started thinking about doing something bad to Zara's unborn child. Aisha didn't want to hurt Zara, but her jealousy blinded her to the consequences of her actions. She thought that if Zara lost the baby, then maybe she wouldn't feel so happy anymore. Aisha's mind was clouded with dark thoughts as she tried to come up with a plan to make Zara's baby go away. But Zara remained oblivious to Aisha's feelings. She continued to cherish her pregnancy and look forward to the day when she would hold her baby in her arms. Little did Zara know that Aisha was plotting something that could change everything. One day, when Zara least expected it, something terrible happened. Aisha, consumed by jealousy and anger, did something very bad to Zara's unborn child. Oh no. Aisha's actions made Zara lose the baby in her belly, and Zara cried out in pain and sadness, feeling helpless and broken-hearted. Zara cried to her ancestors for justice for her lost baby. She prayed for them to make things right and punish whoever had caused her so much pain. The ancestors heard Zara's cries and decided to take action. They cursed Aisha for her unforgivable acts, filling her life with misery and sorrow. As a punishment, Aisha mysteriously became pregnant. But when the time came for her to give birth, instead of a baby, she gave birth to a stone. Whoa! Aisha was shocked and scared. when she saw the stone instead of a baby. She didn't understand why this had happened to her. She cried and begged for forgiveness, but the stone remained silent, a constant reminder of a terrible deed. No one else could hear the cries of the baby coming from the stone except Aisha. She tried everything to get rid of it, but it always came back, haunting her day and night. Aisha was desperate to get rid of the stone and the cries of the baby that tormented her. She went to many places looking for help, hoping that someone could make the stone go away. But everywhere she went, people turned her away when they heard what she had done to Zara. They saw the pain and suffering she had caused, and they didn't want to help her. They shook their heads and told her that she had to face the consequences of her actions on her own. Aisha begged and pleaded, but no one would listen. Feeling hopeless and alone, Aisha wandered from place to place, hoping to find someone who would take pity on her. But no matter where she went, she was denied help at every turn. She realized that she was paying the price for her jealousy and cruelty, and there was no escape from the curse that had been placed upon her. Aisha wished she could turn back time and undo her actions, but it was too late. She was alone in her suffering, haunted by the cries of the baby that only she could hear. The curse of the ancestors had changed her life forever, and she would have to live with the consequences of her actions for the rest of her days. The moral of this story is that jealousy and cruelty can lead to terrible consequences. Aisha's actions towards Zara, because of her jealousy, caused her to suffer greatly in the end. It teaches us that it is important to be kind and treat others with love and respect, even when we feel jealous or upset. Instead of letting jealousy take over, it is better to focus on being grateful for the blessings in our lives and to work towards our own happiness without harming others. Remember, it is always better to be kind and supportive towards others, even if they have something we desire. In the end, treating others with kindness and compassion will bring more joy and fulfillment than harboring jealousy and resentment. Another interesting story is dropping tomorrow. Subscribe to this channel for you not to miss out. It is free. Thank you. Bye.